Hey everyone, Technical G here, representing those who are 40 and up who love their tech. And this video is going to discuss, it's basically like an editorial, my opinion of the GPD WIN 2. I call this the rise and fall of the GPD WIN 2. Now for those of you who don't know what the GPD WIN 2 is, the GPD WIN 2 is the successor of the GPD WIN, which was a ultra portable PC. So it's basically like a computer that can fit in the palm of your hand. And the company GPD, which is a Chinese company, thought about the idea and crowdsourced for the GPD WIN 1, GPD WIN 2, and they've also made the GPD Pocket, which looks like a MacBook that can fit in the palm of your hand, 7-inch. Like I said, for ultra portable PCs, those are pretty cool. So I was always interested in getting one, and so over time, I bought the GPD WIN, the first one, bought it 4 times. I bought it 4 times because liked it, but then said to myself, I'm not going to use it the way that I thought I was going to use it. So I sold it, bought it again, sold it, blah, blah, blah. You know the case. And so 2 months ago, I was fortunate enough to get myself a GPD WIN 2. Now the GPD WIN 2 was introduced in January during crowdsourcing. So for people who got it at that time or was able to get it for, I believe, $600. And then when they started to receive their units, there were a couple people who were kind of like me, bought it, but decided to sell it. Some people were selling them between $800 and $1,000, when they received it, because it was a high commodity, and a few units were being released, at a time. So I was fortunate enough 2 months ago to get a GPD WIN 2. And before I show you my little video of my unboxing, let me just give you some specs of it. Like I said, it's just an ultra portable PC unit. Has 64-bit. It uses a Intel Core M3 processor, which makes it pretty fast. Can run some pretty good PC games. Uses Intel HD 615 graphics card, so it's just embedded Intel graphics, so no NVIDIA, no AMD, just regular graphics. For storage, and this is kind of new for the unit, uses a 128 gigabyte SSD already embedded in the system, and you can remove it and replace it with a larger SSD if you wanted to replace it. The display is 6 inches as opposed to the original, the GPD WIN 1, which had a 5.5 inch. Bluetooth, the battery was kind of increased. It has 2 4900 milliamp batteries. Even though it was 2 batteries in there, whatnot, it still ran for as long as the first one, between 6 to 8 hours, depending on the games that you played on it. So those are just little specs of the GPD WIN 2. Like I said, 2 months ago, I bought it and put my unboxing on YouTube, and got some pretty good hits on it, and I was happy with it and played with it. And I mainly bought it not really to use for PC games. I mainly bought it to run a lot of my retro games. So Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, Sega Master System, Nintendo 64, the Dolphin emulator, which emulates Wii and GameCube. I just use it for, like I said, retro gaming. And the occasional PC games, but I do not own a lot of the AAA, or even quadruple A, if there's such thing, of PC games. I got Skyrim. I bought through Steam Dragon Ball Fighters. So I don't have a whole lot of PC games, so I don't use my PC normally for gaming, but I did just a couple of games that I did purchase for my PC, and which is my regular PC, which is my Surface Book, which is, in my opinion, the best PC that I've ever bought, even over the GPD. So I got it, like I said, for retro gaming, blah blah blah. And with retro gaming, there is a emulator that can emulate the Wii U, and it runs pretty well on my Surface Book, but it didn't run very well on the GPD WIN 1 because of the slower processor. And so with the faster processor in the GPD WIN 2, I was able to run Zelda Breath of the Wild, Mario 3D World, and other games like that on the GPD WIN 2, which made it a fantastic device. So I liked it. It was great. And of course, people who crowdfunded for it, who didn't receive it, before I did, they were anticipating their units. And, now that people are getting their units or have their units, I checked on YouTube to see how many people have made videos within the past month. So I did a little filter, typed in GPD WIN 2 and just searched for videos made in the past month, and there's a good number of videos out. It's just that the initial, excitement for the GPD WIN 2 has kind of died down. So for videos that were made in the past month, I don't see a whole lot of hits. Unless you have a lot of subscribers. For example, scroll to the beginning, Lineside or Line TV. This dude's been around for a while. Does a lot of tech reviews. He's pretty good, very thorough. Buys a lot of his tech stuff with his own money, so he's pretty cool. So he just released one day ago his review on the GPD WIN 2. Check out his video to hear what he has to say about it. And he has 6.2 thousand views in one day because he has a pretty good following of subscribers. But for other people, Retro Rob, he's been around for a minute. He has 1.6 views in 4 weeks. This person here on TV Extras, so it's still on. 1.2 views in 1 week. And then you got 651 views, 764 views. Person here who's been playing some games, Valve games, 5.2 thousand views. Cool. Here you got 120, 314. This person's pretty popular. Oh, the Fox, dude. Oh, this is a GPD Pocket. That's not the GPD WIN 2. So he got 40,000 views on that because that dude is very thorough. But long story short, the initial excitement for the GPD WIN 2 has kind of died down. And I'm like, that's kind of not cool, especially for those who are getting their units and, wanting to release their videos or whatnot. You're not going to get a lot of hits because people are not interested in it as much as they were 2 months ago. Now, don't get me wrong, the GPD WIN 2 is a great device, and let me give you my personal opinion of why I think the excitement kind of went down. So, first things first, the first thing that kind of shot people off about the GPD WIN 2 is the price. Although it's a portable unit that you can fit in your hand, you can play your retro games, your PC games on the go. You can't do that with any other PC, to fit in the palm of your hands, and to have controller on the unit itself. So you have 2 analog sticks, a D-pad, and buttons right on the computer itself. You can't beat that with a stick as far as playing all of your games, on the go. But the cost of it, kind of shot people off. So, like I said, if you were not part of the crowdfunding in January and you didn't get it for $600, you probably got it for $800, $1,000, even $1,200. I've seen it sold for $1,200 on eBay 2 months ago. But now, the price is going down a little bit. I mean, here's one being sold for $750 or best offer. I mean, that's in China, so you gotta wait, a couple weeks for it. But 2 weeks ago, they were being sold for a lot more than that. So it died down. It definitely died down because someone, can't remember how far back this was, but someone actually sold their GPD WIN 2 on eBay in 24 bits, only got $650 for it. Again, it's only 2 months old, pretty much. And the person only got $650 for it on eBay. So the lucky viewer who got this, congratulations. But like I said, the excitement died down. I mean, there's people that are still trying to sell it for $800, $700, whatnot. Oops, let me go back on this page to show you what I'm talking about. $869 here. Here's on Amazon Prime. You can get it in 2 days for $859. Only 2 left in stock, but no one's gonna buy it for that much, especially when I just showed you that someone bought one on eBay. Look for them on eBay for $650. And that's no tax or whatnot. Yeah, you gotta wait more than 2 days for it, but who cares? That's way cheaper than what you just saw on Amazon. So the excitement died down, and I'll tell you right now, I've actually sold my GPD WIN 2 last month. I bought it for $800. I sold it for $700. So basically, I rented it for $100. Was it good? Yeah, it was good. I mean, I'm not gonna complain too much. I mean, I got the majority of my money back, so I'm all good. So, in my personal opinion, the cost was the number one factor of the GPD WIN 2 being, out of a lot of people's league. I mean, as far as, like I said, just for playing games, you can get yourself a nice gaming PC or a PC with a nice graphics card to play your games. I mean, if you're heavily into graphics and stuff, yeah, you can soup it up. But my Surface Book runs games pretty well. And that's one of the reasons why I sold it. Because, again, my Surface Book runs the same games, as a GPD WIN 2. But this has a much better graphics card, NVIDIA graphics card that runs my games and my emulated games, as good and definitely better than the GPD WIN 2. Second reason why I believe the GPD WIN 2 is kind of falling is the SSD upgrade. Although it is cool to upgrade your SSD to, a larger size so you can put more games on it. And of course, an SSD drive, processes information a lot faster than a regular HDD hard drive, which is run by disk, a spinning disk. And so with the solid state drive not having a spinning disk, it processes information a lot faster. So reads and writes process the information a lot faster. But for installing it on the GPD WIN 2, I mean, it was kind of easy, but you kind of have to know what you're doing. So of course, you had to go on YouTube, check out some people's videos and see how they did it to make sure that you don't make a mistake like I did, because I just installed it and didn't know what I was doing. And there's a little know-how to in installing the SSD and knowing what to put on it in order for it to run. So the SSD drive, like I said, is still cool to upgrade it and everything, but that was extra cost as well. And so that just kind of shot down the whole notion of getting an SSD, because that was adding more money to what you've already purchased. And so what I mean by that is, for example, 2 months ago, these SSDs were a whole lot more because of the initial excitement of the GPD WIN 2. I mean, they were being sold for $100, $150, $200, for 256 gigabytes. Right now, you can find one for $50, 256 gigabytes. And these are the sizes that will fit in the GPD WIN 2. So like I said, that's just extra cost just for extra space. Well, there's a 400 gigabyte? Look at this. No, excuse me, 240. I thought it was 400, my bad. But anyway, long story short, extra money on top of what you already spent, that's basically buying a new computer. A new computer that has a graphics card, you know what I'm saying, and better specs. So all that cost, you know, in my opinion, shot the GPD WIN down. Another thing that is not a big factor, but it was a factor to me, it was thicker and heavier than the original GPD WIN 1. And so if you're carrying it around, it had a little weight. I mean, because of course, the added components and whatnot. But I didn't like the thicker and heavier because I did buy a bag for my GPD WIN 1, but I had to get a different bag because the GPD WIN 2 was bigger, thicker, and heavier. And so I don't like, buying new equipment for new stuff. I just like to use what I already have. So that was extra money I had to spend on another bag. So like I said, that's just more money that you have to spend on this one little device. And my last thing about the GPD WIN 2 that, kind of made it fall, even though it's portable, it's still just a computer. So it's this, just in a small form factor. So for the cost of it, I mean, if it was sold for $400, then yeah, that would have been a nice purchase, a nice plausible purchase for that price, for $400. But $650, $700, $800, $900 just for a little computer that does what your computer that you already have does, not quite worth it. Especially if having an M3 processor and not a iCore 5 or i7, not worth it in my opinion. And so a couple of days ago, I received something in the mail that I told myself I would not buy again, but I actually got another one, and I'll show you why it was a good purchase. I got myself the original GPD WIN for the fifth and final time. And this is the aluminum one, so it has the Intel X8750 processor in here. So it runs pretty good. And the person that sold it to me, the Windows 10 installation that's on here is a good installation for running games and stuff on here. So, like I said, I bought it, and like I said, it was a sound purchase for myself. Let me get up the reason why it was a sound purchase, and the reason why is because I got it for, focus, sorry about that, 200 smackers flat. So no tax. The person was selling it for $225. I got this bad boy, talked them down to $200 with free shipping. You can't beat that deal with a stick on any site. And when I say it was a good deal, my deal was so good because usually when people sell items like this, you normally cannot return it. They do not accept returns. But me, I got really lucky. Look at this. This was the only GPD WIN 1 with a 30-day money-back guarantee. So I could use this for another 3 weeks, and if I don't like it, send it right back, get my money back. But for $200 for a portable PC with a fan, like I said, not as powerful as my book, but does the work, does the justice, and I'm mainly using it for, like I said, my retro gaming. So I can play this without, using this or carrying this. I can carry this. And I got a nice little bag for it. Show you the bag for it if you want to see it in the future video. But like I said, it runs my games quite nicely. And I've done some research in order to get this to run at an optimal speed. Because, when you get it out the box, certain emulators and stuff run pretty slow. I mean, even if when you look at Lonsai's video of his review of the GPD WIN 2, he ran the Dolphin emulator on here, it was running games slow out of the box. So he didn't do any tweaks or anything to the GPD WIN 2. He didn't update it, update the firmware or whatnot. He just played it right out the box, and it was playing pretty slow. Plays even slower on the GPD WIN 1. But if you do your research and search YouTube for someone that has learned to improve the performance of the GPD WIN 1, I suggest, if you do have a GPD WIN 1, to check this video out. This dude, even though he speaks Spanish, he doesn't speak in the video. He does show instructions in English on the screen. I followed the instructions. I've downgraded my BIOS so that I can make tweaks on the BIOS and whatnot, from this video. And I suggest you follow it. Because I did, and my GPD WIN is running the Dolphin emulator buttery smooth. I'm talking buttery smooth. The one game that you really want to test, to see if it really runs buttery smooth is Metroid Prime. And I don't have it on here, so I'll put it on here soon. If you want to see, gameplay on my GPD WIN with the improved performance, with the tweaks and stuff, let me know in the comment section, and I will make a video of gameplay on my fifth time bought GPD WIN 1. And like I said, I'm happy with it. I'm very happy with it. Like I said, it's lighter. It is so much lighter, even though it's aluminum on the top, so much lighter than the GPD WIN 2. It's thinner, and I got my 3D pieces coming to it, so I can, have a better grip on it. It's just cool to have a portable PC that fits in the palm of your hand to use whenever you don't want to use or carry around your bigger PC. And because it is a PC, you can cast this, using the Microsoft wireless display adapter. So you can put this on the television or a cast screen on the television, or even a projector, as I do at work because I'm a music teacher. So instead of carrying this, I'm going to carry this bad boy. So this is going to make my life a lot easier. So if you like the video, because that's the end of it, definitely leave a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, tell your friends about my channel, and I'll leave the link for this performance or improve your performance on your GPD WIN 1 in the comment section. So if you're interested in doing this on your GPD WIN 1, I can vouch for the video to tell you that it's safe to do. Because I did hear from the Fox, who does really good comprehensive reviews on these units here, that you can break your GPD WIN 1. So follow these and use these at your own discretion, but do not blame the person that has made the video, and don't blame me, because like I said, you're doing this at your own risk. I've done it, mine's working great, but that's just me. So just follow it to a T, and you should be good to go. But I won't guarantee that. So anyway, that is the end of the video. I hope you liked it. Leave a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, tell your friends about my channel, and I hope to see you in my next video.